So I was born with tautology of Fallot, which is a congenital heart disease. Basically, I had 4 holes in my heart, so they had to go in and fix that.
She had surgery in March of 2002. We were here for 9 days, and during the time there, we had family stay across the street at what was then Ronald McDonald House, truly a house, not a perfectly beautiful complex like this is here. But that was our first taste of Children's Hospital and our first taste of the Ronald McDonald House. So for them, I mean, it was a huge lift for them to have a place, and I think they've had an experience here that nothing is enjoyable about having your child have surgery or recovering from it. There's certainly a celebration when the surgery's over and the recovery's happening. But for that, it just took away so many of the concerns that everybody would have had. Where are we going to stay? Park? How are we going to eat? How are we going to get rest in the afternoon? How can we stay close to all this? And so for them, I think it made an enormous difference for them.
It was really good to have them around. They definitely added some color to a really scary time, I guess. They're really good to have their support, and they loved their time here.
I think just knowing that the Ronald McDonald House is right across the street, and that my parents could come and stay here, and knowing that they could rest and not have to fight traffic, and do their laundry if they needed to, and if they needed to run home and take care of our dog, or just anything that they wanted to do for us, that they could do that, and that we didn't have to think about anything outside of those walls.
I think there's definitely like the community sense. It's really helpful when you're going through something hard, and also like for myself, it was good when I was in that position, but when other family members are in that position, it's really good to have that sense of community, to be there for other people and to have people there for you.
Yeah, so I mean, I think my impression of the house before we had an experience with it is probably like a lot of other people's, in that you know it exists, you've heard of it. It's a famous charity. It's a landmark, really. So I knew it existed. I knew it was there. It's in the back of my mind. I think it's a lot like the hospital itself, where you know there's a children's hospital. You hope like hell you're never going to need to use the hospital. But if you do, then you're thankful that the hospital is what it is. And you're certainly thankful that the Ronald McDonald House is here, because it alleviates so much of the stress that families take. Like Kate said, there's so much stuff that's just taken care of. It's off the charts. And so all of your energy goes towards the wellness of the patient, your child. And I think the impression that we both have of it is, wow, there's a lot of really good people in the world that do a really nice thing for important people at their most vulnerable, right? At the moment where really you turn the world off and you're just trying to keep the world from closing in on you. And here's this sort of this charitable outreach, this world
this
around
army
you.
Of people that come do this out of the kindness of their heart.
Kindness of their heart, absolutely.
6,000 people donating their hours of time. It's amazing that there's still that kind of kindness in this world today. So people that donate, we brought in a big bag of shampoo today. He travels a lot, so we brought in a big bag of shampoo. Whenever it starts to compile, we bring it in here. So, but I mean, the books that are on the bookshelves, or the teddy bears in the corner, I would imagine that everything is utilized. People might be able to sit down, even if they're distracted and they're not able to read, they just sit down and get a little moment to themselves. I'm sure that families, we have one child, but there are many families that come that have multiple kids, and so they still have to entertain, occupy their time. So they have toys, books, teddy bears to snuggle up with and make it feel like they're still somewhat have a family unit outside of what's going on across the street.
I think it's super important. A lot of people are affected by all the work that people do here, so it's really good to even, bring books in or do laundry or something like that here. It really, everything helps for the families going through it, so.